What's going on, guys? The We've Got Bibinho show here with your host, yours truly, Bibby. I'm just going to look at my camera because it's a bit fucking blurry. There we go. We go, lid.
You're going through, you're going through. Yo, man, what's up?
Yeah, I'm sound, mate. Are you good?
I'm good, I'm good. I couldn't hear you there for a sec. Sorry, but I think I turned down the volume too much because I have the Twitch stream up and I didn't want it blasting in my ear. So, hold on now a second. I need to turn down... Oh, yeah, sorry.
You done?
Yeah, I needed to mute the Twitch stream. Sorry, I just wanted to see the comments if there was anything, just to give you a hand.
All right. Oh, nice one, mate. Thanks for that. Well, if you didn't already notice, you've already probably now heard who our guest is. It's the same person as it was last week, because I don't think that we managed to finish all the topics that was available, and he was the only fucker that was around at the time. And that is...
fucking prick.
Go on, mate. You introduce yourself.
Yeah, lads, it's the Midnight Kid again, back, digging Bibby out of a hole because nobody else would actually come on to his shit show. And luckily enough, I had nothing to do today, so I'm literally just playing some PES. Well, I was playing some PES sim games. Yeah, I mean, I don't know really what we have on topic today. It's your show, man, but I'm going to give you my honest opinions on everything, including your fucking hair at the moment in the stream that I can see here.
That is exactly why. Me, man. That is exactly why I've moved the camera down so you can just about see my forehead and nothing more, because I haven't had to leave the house today, so it's not really. I'll just dip it down a little bit so you can just about see a little bit of a curl at the front. I've got some fucking wavy hair going on. Zizou, what's going on, mate? Thank you very much for joining us. So I'd probably say it's about time that we been waiting for episode 2. David Fish, thank you very much for joining us as well.
Yo, what's up, lads?
Yeah, so people are starting to pour in out. I still haven't fixed my my counter thing, so as soon as it probably gets past 10 again, it's just gonna die like it did last time.
We're not prepared for more than 10 people.
No, well, I wasn't prepared last time. It just this is how it goes ultimately, innit? So I've got the news stories same as last time for your information segment, blah blah blah. But again, we're gonna go backwards. I'm gonna start with what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing PES, man. I'm back on the hype train. Obviously we just recorded bit of selfless promotion here for PES Universe, but we just recorded obviously the return of the PES cast there. So you were on it obviously as our first guest back, but our co-host. Co-host.
I say co-host, but I think it's something that obviously you've got the desire to get back out there and do it again. I'm just a sucker that's around at the time.
Exactly. So we're a means to an end for each other at the moment. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. I've been playing PES, so you can probably hear my full thoughts on PES. I won't bore you with everything going back in like that. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of PES, and I've actually been playing something just to tell you for this episode. And I didn't even talk about this with you a couple of minutes ago when we were talking. I've actually been playing my Super Nintendo Classic Mini. The girlfriend got me, man. So yeah, I've been enjoying that. I haven't played it that much, just literally played like
on it?
Mario. So that's all I've really played. Like I've played a couple of the other ones.
What other games do you get with that Mario game? Because I know, is it like Mario 1, 2, 3, like Mario Kart, and then...
Fuck, you're putting me on the spot here now. I think there's like about 20 games anyway. There's like about 20... Yeah, I think it's like 20 games on it. So you got like Street Fighter 2, Mario Kart's on it. I was playing Mario Kart. I played Mario World. What else? Star Fox is on it. Street Fighter 2. The first Zelda. Do you know The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past?
Yep.
That was on it. Donkey Kong Country is on it. Jeez, I can't think now. You're putting me on the spot. I suppose we could get them up, but yeah, Street Fighter 2 as far as I know. Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting Edition is what's on it. So, but I haven't played them now. I've only played literally Super Mario World and Super Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But yeah, and PES. As I said, I've been playing a lot of PES, a lot of My Club and stuff. So I'm trying to start out my streaming a little bit.
Well, the thing is with those as well, the HDMI, aren't they? So you can actually plug them into
yeah. And the controllers and everything are like they're just. It's just spot on. Like, do you know what I mean? It's really, really nice. So.
That's good.
I'm getting inspired from your classic. Yeah, did you hear me slurping my tea? Fucking hell.
But yeah, well, that's all you've been playing. Then obviously it's not been that long since we spoke last.
Yeah, Yeah.
Well, for me, as you well know, being streaming on the PES Universe channel, I've been playing a lot of PES 2. We spoke about it in the PES cast that we've just been talking about, so I'm not going to elaborate too much on it because I felt like I went on a little bit too much in that. So that PES cast, when we say we're dropping that on Monday.
Yeah, we'll try and drop that maybe Monday, yeah. Just
awesome.
to kickstart the week off. Yeah.
With that as well, obviously we've got the PES Universe Pros coming on next week onto my show. That also obviously doesn't mean to say that we're not going to get them on. Well, you're not going to get them on the PES cast and talk through their trip as well, because obviously that's the prime section to be able to talk to those people. As far as I know, they've been vlogging it as well. So if I can break the videos down, we can slip them in between our segments when I'm speaking to them next week, just so everyone can see what they've been up to, really.
Yeah.
So that should be an interesting show next week. Barring that, I've been playing Layers of Fear. Now, I don't know if you've heard of this game.
No, I haven't actually. No, being honest, I haven't heard of it. PC?
I am playing it on the PC actually.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually still £17. It's actually quite dear for an indie game. Not as dear as most other games, but Humble Bundle is like a PC. Not Xbox Live. Fucking hell, Sick Patterns turned up as well.
Oh man, they're all coming out.
Yeah. It just comes in rolling with slags. But yeah, I've been playing Layers of Fear now. It's so bad. Like, not bad as in a horrendous game. I mean, like, it's proper scary. Like,
yeah.
It's one of the only games where I've been like, I don't want to play this with the lights off. Like, I fucking love my survival horror games. Like, I will play them until the cows come home. But with this one, it's like, oh my god, right, I'm going to have to put my mood lights on around my PC just in case I feel like some sort of atmosphere going behind me. It's unbelievable.
Have you ever played Resident Evil? No, any of them?
Resident Evil? No, I've never heard of that. What's it about?
So is it like, comparing it to Resi 7, like, is it way scarier than that, like?
Well, at the moment, I haven't actually come up against any kind of force, something that's going to hurt me in the game. It's all been atmospheric, so like I'd just be facing a wall, and then I'd turn around expecting a jump scare, but then the wall would be not what I've already come past. So it's all atmospheric. It's all fucking about with your head and that.
Okay.
So I've not come up against anything that can physically hurt me yet, but it's all like a baby bottle in a horror game lies. It's got to be. No, but seriously, right? If you
guys having the right laugh at you here.
Yeah, I know. If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube, type it in, and just have a look around. I've been sharing a few screenshots on Twitter and that, but it's so atmospheric. Like, I can't put it into words, because if you haven't played a game like it before, like Resi 7's proper linear in it. It's like, this is your corridor, you need to get to the other side of it. Something may come out, you may need to kill it. Whereas in this, it's sort of like, you don't know what's going to be on the other side of this door. A chair might fly at you out of absolutely nowhere. You're expecting the jump scare, but then the jump scare won't be there, so it's going to appear somewhere else. But Patton's asking if we've given up on GTA. I haven't given up on GTA. It's the fact that somebody who I've been playing with has not been here for the last 5 weeks, and I feel like I can't roll around in the world of GTA on my own without.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. Like, we bought a clubhouse. Do you know what I mean? I can't just be playing darts on my own. It's fucking boring.
You can't be losing in darts on your own.
Exactly. Yeah. Just I'm going bust every time I want to play 501.
Yeah, we'll definitely get back on GTA if Patton wants to jump on with us some night.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So he probably had Patton. You probably have it all. The last time I was talking to him, he had like the Back to the Future car and shit like that. So God only knows what he fucking has now, like.
I don't know. I don't think he's probably got a controller after playing Weekend League. It's Saturday, in it, so he may not have a controller to play. I mean, to be fair, if he's in here, he probably hasn't got a controller. He's just fucking bored now because he's bounced 4 off the walls already.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's going through them. Sure, look, has to be done too, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Has just on that topic that you were saying, that game, Layers of Fear, is it? Yeah, Layers of Fear.
Layers of Fear.
Did you ever play? You obviously did. The scariest one I ever played. That, like, is it like Slender? Like, remember Slender on the Xbox? Man. Oh man, that was so fucking scary, I thought. Yeah. And it wasn't even, remember, you're just going around collecting the pages, wasn't it? Oh man, I just couldn't play it. Like, I actually couldn't play it. I was just like a wimp.
I tell you what, I've got because I've been sorting out all my frames and stuff like that, but obviously not enough for it to be still super slick. I'm gonna put the trailer up on Layers of Fear, and I'm gonna let you all soil your pants.
Is the trailer bad now? Because I'm actually gonna fucking watch it.
I can't actually remember if it is bad because I never watched the trailer. I just got. He's got 7 mil in the bank. Right, I'll tell you what, you're getting fucked off out of my crew and I'm bringing him in.
I'm gone.
He's going to buy a jet. Right, I'm going to stick this on. You can watch it for yourself. Prepare to shit yourself. Oh.
Full screen it, man.
I'm trying to full screen it.
Fucking amateur. Oh, look at the creepy bitch on the wall.
Lives an artist.
Jeez, the graphics look fairly decent there.
Something so frightening, so deeply unnerving. Something
Seriously, who is that bitch on the wall? The picture, like.
so profoundly disgusting.
Oh, it's like real trippy, is it?
Something inexplicable.
What do we do when we fail? We start over. Yes. That's it. Perfection. What the? Give me that.
What the fuck?
Hey.
You deserve this.
Oh man, no, I wouldn't be able for that shit now.
Mate, the music score builds up to everything.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't like that. I fucking hate that, like, creepy shit, like.
That's not right.
Even for
What's that, a wheelchair? Oh, is it alternative realities or something?
Yeah,
Or is he just going
it's like a little
schizo?
parallel. Yeah, that's what it is. It's
Oh.
like a psychological thing. Like a... You know, they say, like, artists are trapped in something. It's
Yeah.
that type of thing. It's going through all these different stages, I think.
What do we do?
Oh
when
man.
we fail?
But is there actually, like, do you have weapons in it and stuff?
No,
at
nothing
the
like
end?
that.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm with Fish on this. I genuinely wouldn't play this, like.
So yeah, that is
No, man.
that is exactly what I've been playing. It is fucking trippy, man.
Yeah, I would not play that now.
It's
I would actually probably shit my pants playing that. Genuinely, I'm not messing. Like, I'm a wimp.
it's to be fair though, it is like one of them games that if you can get hold of it and you want to try and I don't know, it's just proper shitty pants scary. Zizu is asking when the fuck Resident Evil 2 remake is out. Now, I've watched multiple videos on this, and they're saying that they've actually moved it back, but it is still in progression. So we're looking at end of July at time. That's what's been stapled. It's nothing set in stone.
Yeah,
but
I could see it being pushed back from that. Even
definitely
I'd say.
being pushed back from
Yeah,
that as well.
yeah.
They literally moved everyone off Resident Evil 2 remake when the Resident Evil 7 DLC was being
Yeah.
made, because they had to completely remake that from scratch again. So hopefully they'll start picking that up again soon, and we're actually going to get that. Pattern check. Bibby multitasking with his screens is a changed man. I've finally learned how to use OBS to a half decent standard. As you can see with my supreme graphic skills that are going on in the background.
Sick.
It's sick. You couldn't pay me to play games like this. You played through Resident Evil 7 on your stream, Dave. So I don't know. I don't understand that one. Should be a piece of piss with that poltergeist squatting in your gaff. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them games. I fucking love to play games like that, but I can't be playing it at night, like with the lights off and that. It fucking sends me right under.
I tell you, there was a couple of the first 2 or 3 hours of Resi 7. Now I was fucking shitting it. Like, I literally just didn't want to play it. Like, I'd make every excuse not to play it, and then it kind of, like, once you get your first gun, then it's fine. Do you know what I mean? But it's just the fact that you've not to defend yourself with, like.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
So I think now we've covered what it is that we've been playing, and I've thoroughly scared our viewers. Obviously, the audio people who are listening to this on SoundCloud or whatever, I managed to put it on. SoundCloud is obviously the easiest. iTunes, I have no idea even how to get it started on that, so it's something I'm going to have to look into. If you haven't seen it, go onto YouTube and type in Laser Fear trailer and watch it for yourself. It is very atmospheric. It is 100%, if you are a survival horror fan, something that you need to play. It's an incredible game. I haven't finished it yet. I'm about 5 or 6 hours into it. It's not a very long game by all means, especially for the price point of about 15, 16 quid. But Humble Bundle were giving it away for free, so that's what I've been I've been playing it off the free code.
Fucking cheap.
Mate, if someone's giving it away for free, I'm fucking paying it.
You download every game like on the PSN. You download just to have it.
Games, mate. Yeah,
you never fucking play them. Like you just never play it. You're such a fucking such a cheap bastard.
My Vita's broke, but I'm still downloading the Vita ones to my library. Do you know what I mean?
Oh man, that's comic.
Alright, so Patton says, seriously lads, any news of any more content or game modes coming for PES 2019? We'll stick to death of wank FIFA, honestly. I have absolutely no idea. I can't imagine any news coming this side of March.
Yeah, March will be the earliest that we usually start to hear stuff.
Yeah, I can't see it. Oh, contextual podcast, I mate, out with the missus, but I'll watch properly for tomorrow. Thanks very much. For just dropping a comment in, mate.
Is Patton asking about PES 9? Oh, PES 19.
PES 19, mate, yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like it's probably a bit early yet, Patton. To be honest, like I'd say, usually it's March that we start to kind of like I start to hear like little bits and pieces. But I don't know. It could be. It depends. It depends what they're going to do this year. I mean, if there's something big, they might like drop it like early. But
I mean, I don't know. We've already started to get legends, so game modes and stuff like that. I think that's too far in the future for them.
We kind of we did not going back, but like we did kind of speak. I think like the podcast that we recorded before this, the actual PES Universe PEScast, that's going to be uploaded Monday, I think. We literally spent an hour and a half, nearly just about an hour and a half talking about PES. So we kind of covered things that we think that they're going to improve. But yeah, I think PES 19 will just. I think it'll just be kind of. I don't think it's going to be an overhaul. Do you know what I mean? I think it's going to be more of a kind of. Fleshing out certain things like my club and adding. I don't know. I think it's been okay the last couple of weeks with the legends and the my club login bonuses and all that has been better. I just think I wish it had come earlier, that kind of way. So
yeah, because we're now nearly at the end of February and we haven't had enough content to be able to go back. Like we keep on saying, there was no. I don't know how many people managed to keep on playing in Division 1. Once I see that as my end goal. I've done Division 1. Then people are going for ratings now. Do you know what I mean? Just to try and prolong the game mode a little bit longer.
Yeah.
If they had specific competitions like a silver ball, black ball, gold ball, bronze ball competitions, and you can actually get more money and whatever else, then obviously that'll be a hell of a lot better. But like Zizou's saying there about Master League needing fleshing out 100%. 100%. Yeah. That's why I've gone back to playing PES 2 this week. Do you know what I mean? Is Hullet coming to PES? I've absolutely no idea. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, I think he's coming. Yeah, I think he's coming. I would say that there's still a lot of stuff to be released for PES 2018. So I don't even think that Konami have their full. Cruyff is only out now, and the game is out nearly 5 coming up to 6 months. So. I think that there's a lot of extra legends there, like Figo, Nedved, Hullet, Carlos.
As every single agent that's come to the PES selection thing, that football manager game that they made, has every agent that's appeared on that come into the game at some point? Yeah,
well, it's across they're sharing assets, so yeah.
Yeah,
so nice. Yeah, simple answer I suppose is maybe depending. I know that there was something about that they only have, I think they only have the license for kits on the mobile, but you can't have the classic kits for some of the classic kits on the console. There's some limitations there. But yeah, I think most of the legends that have been announced, and in fairness, I've heard a lot of legends that were rumored going back weeks, and only some of them now are being confirmed. So. There's actually still a lot of exciting stuff left for PES 2018.
September, haven't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. The game, last year, wasn't there still agents right up to the end of when the game was being out? Do you know what I mean? So we still have we're probably not going to hear solid information until E3.
Yeah.
So definitely. There's still a lot of shit to go on.
Random selection mode is what Bardinski's saying. Obviously, be able to play your friends not just via share play would be half decent at least. Beardkilly is what's going on, mate.
I think random selection mode was definitely meant to have an online aspect, and I think they just kind of didn't have time to flesh it out, because I think it was built with an online. It's built for online, that kind of way. There's only so much that you're going to be playing your mates in random selection match. You'd rather play, nearly my club, online. So
Fish is saying bring back Master MLO.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah, I agree. At least definitely some fucking features of it. Definitely, yeah.
Again, though, it's trying to find that gem to try and take the play to the next level. That'd be quality. So I'd suggest, well, no, not suggest. I think we should move on to the first news story that I think is actually worth talking about after doing a bit of scalping around. I don't know if any of you have heard of this game. It's Kingdom Come Deliverance has sold over 1 million copies already.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, isn't it?
It's not bad for an Eastern European RPG that's been out for 10 days. So it's like
1 million copies.
It's fucking unbelievable. I mean, they can't be that far behind in the set. In fact, it must have been a less time frame that PUBG has done it.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy when you think of the competition on Steam, like, as well. Like, you know,
I'd never heard of this game until it actually hit the Steam market as a fully featured game. So I don't even know if this game has had like an early access thing or it's just appeared as a an indie.
It must have had some sort of following though before it, like if it's hitting those numbers, you'd think. Because I haven't seen any promotional advertising or anything.
I haven't seen anything. There's not been one advert on TV. I've not seen any Twitch adverts or anything. Like Dave's saying that he was actually super interested in getting the game. He's just waiting for the bugs to be patched, which I have heard.
Yeah, it's supposed to be buggy. Yeah,
it's a bit of a shit show. But Bardinsky's saying the same. He was about to get it, so it is. It looks like it's probably been added to a hell of a lot of people's wish lists. Either probably waiting for the price to come down, or I've just realised that the window. It's a fuck it. This part. I don't even know why anybody's even watching this podcast. It's an absolute farce. Like that should be way bigger. But yeah, it's one of them games that I don't know whether or not the hype's going to continue with it. At the moment, it does seem like it's a bit of a buggy hell. But there's people that have already rinsed like 120 hours into it, and they said it's the best thing they've played since like Skyrim. The developers are saying that it's nothing like Skyrim. It's obviously not one of them ones where you're getting kind of spells and stuff like that. It's just a full-blown medieval type of experience, should I say. But yeah, I'll just read what PC Gamer have said. It's Kingdom Come Deliverance is a true PC game. It's buggy as hell, demands high-end hardware to run properly, and despite it all, thanks to its depth and attention to detail, it's really good, and it's also a pretty big success. Other signs that Kingdom Come Deliverance is a real PC adventure. You're a dork. Somebody stole your boots and they're gonna die. You lied to your girlfriend and now you feel bad. Mods, obviously, in any PC game. You accidentally lost your virginity.
Jesus.
And he also put, did I mention bugs? And if that doesn't convince you, here's an interesting bit of trivia of the 1 million+ copies sold so far. Roughly half of them are on Steam. Not bad for an Eastern European RPG for a first-time studio that began as a £300,000 Kickstarter. So it's obviously something that's been going round for quite a while. It's not something that I'm going to hold my hands up and say I'd never even heard of this game until it was on the homepage of Steam. But again, Dave's saying it's historically accurate apparently, so no spells, dragon and elves, which for me then it's kind of like a sim. If it's not over exaggerated, which I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely know nothing about this game other than what people are telling me and what I read. So me playing it for myself, and I've read a few of the reviews and stuff like that to try and make an educated guess on how if I'm actually going to pay for this game and if I'm going to buy it and play it. But from what I'm reading, it's going to be one of them games that it's either going to be absolutely amazing. Like, I've heard also that they're going to be bringing out a new patch within 2 weeks, and that was on Wednesday, I think. So yeah, I mean, if the indie devs are right behind this game and they see this as their baby, and they've already sold 1 million copies, so they've clearly made the money back.
Yeah, they've made money. Yeah,
they've made a lot of money out of it. If they think they can make the £2 million bracket rather than just selling the million, they're going to keep on patching to see if more people are going to play it. I don't know if I have any intention of going and buying this game, because at £40, I think it's a ridiculous amount of money for an indie game.
Yeah.
However, it's an RPG, so you are going to get plus 80 hours out of it. So bang for your buck, you're probably going to get your money's worth. But it all depends. I don't know. It's up in the air. People are obviously excited for it. They've sold 1 million copies in 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? It's a hell of a lot of. I mean, I don't even think PES sold anywhere close to that never mind in
10 days.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Exactly. So just to put that in context for an indie game, it's all been built on hype, clearly.
Well, a lot of it must have been built through the Kickstarter, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's what happens with a lot of games. Like,
if they're saying if you back us by $10, we'll give you an early access code, blah blah. That's where the hype gets built. Bardinski's saying that the combat looks great, and now obviously for an RPG game, the combat is, for me, is ultimately one of the things that either make or break a game. There's so many RPGs where the combat is fucking atrocious, like the player would just move like a tank, or the hitbox is that small that is you've got no room for maneuver. But yeah, I mean, who knows? I might end up playing it. I don't know. But it's such a huge statement of intent for an indie game. I used to say that another indie developer isn't going to go and slap a million copies out with their next game. There needs to be benchmarks, and PUBG, I think, set that benchmark. And these are right behind it as it stands.
It would just give you, like, if you ever wanted to go down that route, like, of developing an indie game, you know, that, like, if you get it out there, you never know what way people are going to respond to it, you know, and all it takes is for a couple of big fucking YouTubers or streamers or whatever to actually get behind it, and then, you know, it could be like this. And I'm sure that there's a few of them playing it, so that's probably helped as well, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I hadn't heard of it. Like,
yeah, they're not stupid, these indie developers. People who have some sort of gaming background or are in the community saying that this game's going to be good, blah blah blah. They'd have had that code weeks ago, well before the game even came out, because obviously they would have had to feedback on bugs and stuff like that. But you all know how it works. So that was the first news story that I wanted to cover. The second one is probably a lot more relevant to the people that are in this room currently, because I know they've been playing it a long time. But Fortnite Battle Royale gets Season 3 is live. The 6-bit... fucking hell. Why can't I talk when I'm trying to read stuff on the screen? This same
you can't read, man.
I can't
read. It's just simple as that.
In my head, I'm like... Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Fortnite Battle Royale Season 3 is live. Here are 6 of its biggest and best changes. Fucking hell, I was going to say challenges. This is a fucking travesty. So, did you ever want to dress up like John Wick while you're blasting fools and build up ramps? Don't answer that question, of course you did. And Fortnite Battle Royale Season 3 has finally arrived with all of that and more. I'm not going to read every single bit because I don't want to bore everyone. Tigers jumped in. Just home from work. Did that miss any Pez stuff? You did miss some Pez stuff, yeah. Obviously, this is going to be available on video on demand on my channel, as well as being thrown up onto things like SoundCloud and anywhere else that I can manage to cram this podcast into. So yeah, you'll be able to go back and listen to that. It's nothing special, just to say that we have actually got a Pez podcast that myself and DaMidniteKid has run through before we came live on this one. So that should be going live on Monday. It's got in-depth talk about what we like, what we don't like, what we see coming for PES 19, blah blah blah, the usual shite. So you'll be able to catch that on Monday when eventually we get that out after edit. Well, we don't even need to edit it. It's just like putting the intro and stuff like that in there.
Yeah.
So
if we get it done for Sunday, we'll drop it tomorrow. Like, it's not like we're holding it off. It's just time dependent, you know.
Yeah.
I know you've nothing to do, but I actually have a life. Do you know what I mean? So.
Well, I got a text not 20 minutes ago saying that I'm not even in the squad for tomorrow's game, so I don't have to get up for anything tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a write-off, so
tomorrow's a
stay at home.
I was meant to be going to arcade club today. My mate's cars blew up, so we couldn't go. So today's just been a write-off. Tomorrow, I'm not playing for my football team. It's just been a fucking horrendous time for me at the moment.
Plus, you can't read either, so.
You what?
You can't read either, so it's all turning wrong.
I'm going downhill. I'm falling apart. So a new battle pass gives you more to play for. Now, I do not like the sound of this straight away. Let's be real, for the last season of Fortnite Battle Royale offered some pretty middling... Is that middling? Yeah, it's middling skins, though there were a few standouts. If you really fancied flashing like a disco ball or cosplaying like a medieval knight, the Season 3 Battle Pass outfits non-stop bangers, especially with the just short of copyright infringement Rust Lord skin. Looks a bit cooler than Guardians of the Galaxy inspiration, if you ask me. So I'm guessing that it's like a season pass, but you're getting free, but you get skins. The skins for me, it's like, a couple of my mates play League of Legends. Now that's one game that you can keep on throwing money at, but it actually doesn't make any difference to the actual game. It's just skins, and they've spent so much money on skins. It's like, do you need to? There's no, all you do is just stand out a little bit more, but I don't fucking know. It's a waste of money for me. Better building, less flailing. How many times have I clicked the wrong button while building ramps and fallen to my death or run out of material just to get shot before I realised that I could swap to the next? Question mark. The answer is not that many, because I kind of suck at Fortnite Battle Royale and usually die for much mundane reasons. So I'm guessing, again, the building mechanics are a lot better. I've tried playing Fortnite a million times. I'm horrendous at it, and I still don't know how people manage to build massive towers in like 2 seconds, spinning around and not getting
on the
dizzy.
fly, like.
Yeah, it's just like the pressing, just ramming. My brother's 12 years old, and he embarrassed me playing that game. Like, he's like, watch this. 2 seconds later, he's got this massive tower built. I'm like, fucking hell, watch me do it. And then I'm just like going round circle, wall by wall, just like, fucking, I don't know. Next one, console version now runs at 60 frames per second by default, which is fantastic for people who have a PlayStation Pro, an Xbox
One
X. Is it an X? Is it?
Yeah, it would
it
be
is.
X.
Yeah, Xbox One X. Obviously, for them people, playing at 4K 60 frames is the pinnacle of gaming. Don't know how that compares to PC gaming. I'm not going to get into that topic of debate.
No, don't go into that debate here. No.
Hand
We want to
cannons,
get out with our lives.
exactly. Hand cannons now bring a new day for pistols. Pistols have now been in a weird place in Fortnite for a long time. Never quite as disliked as submachine guns, but rarely the pride of anyone's arsenal. When I'm playing Resident Evil and stuff like that, I fucking love a good handgun. I don't know if you know about Resident Evil or anything, but
No, I've never heard of it.
yeah,
Is it good?
It's all right. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I like the pistols. You get quite a lot of bullets for them, but yeah, I like rolling through with a pistol. I think it looks cooler. Do you know what I mean? Shotgun and pistol, two of my favourite ones. Double pumps are double done. The double pump is kind of a dirty trick that's so effective you couldn't really argue with it. Like, why would you want to quickly swap between a pair of powerful shotguns to circumvent their pump time, aka one of the drawbacks? It works, except it doesn't anymore because of an update in 3.0, which you still have to pump between each shot, even if you used to switch weapons. So I'm guessing that was kind of like a glitch, sorry. If you had the shotgun, you shot it once, you never had to repump it if you switched between them again.
Yeah. I played Fortnite like a bit, but I haven't played it compared to PUBG, so that's kind of why I got my Xbox. So
yeah, and now you can properly celebrate your victory royale. I'm not going to read any of that because it's just dancing around and shit. In fact, have you seen that Vine of that kid? There's like a kid in his bedroom and his dad's walking past, and this kid's the guy's doing this like dance on screen. This fucking 12-year-old kid's doing the same dance. It's like, wow. It made me absolutely pissed, that. So yeah, if you are a big Fortnite fan, the 3.0 patch, I'm fairly certain it said that it's dropped. Not too sure, but when the season starts, I think it wipes all your stats from previous. So
really?
like, yeah, I think so. Like, if you got to like, I think you can level up on it. Now, if you get to like level 100, this is just what my brother said. He's only a kid, but he said when your season starts, it wipes off your old level. So if you was like level 60 or whatever, it'd wipe for season 3.
Yeah,
because it's like you only get to level 100. I don't think you can surpass it. I don't know. That's just what I heard. But I think you keep like all your stuff that you've earned, so like you obviously start off with just a pickaxe, but then you can get like new costumes, like if you win one you get like an umbrella and stuff. I think you keep that, it's just your level that starts again. Okay,
it's like prestige and in fucking
like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You keep everything, but it just says that you're down a few levels or so. So yeah, that was that news. We're going to move on to a topic now which I don't really have my hat in the ring for. However, it's kind of, I'm just going to say it anyway. Metal Gear Survive charges money for extra save slots. Now, I have not played this game. However, I have heard this game is fucking awful.
Yeah. I actually have it on Xbox One, and I've played maybe the first, like I've just basically set it up and downloaded it or whatever. I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to actually playing it. Like it's kind of like I'm going to be starting to stream soon. I'm not too sure if anyone. I tried to stream yesterday and the day before, and it's just been fucking piss take. It's not my internet. My Elgato could be the issue, but like my OBS, everything is perfect. But I'm going to be streaming PES and Metal Gear probably if it's good. I've heard bad about it. I've heard good about it. Any of the clips I've seen, it's basically looked like Metal Gear Solid 5. Except like a bit more crazier. So I don't know. I just think that the hatred for Konami could be outweighing that. It's probably just like an average. Like you know, it's probably good enough. But I'm going to give it a go. But yeah, this is kind of, I don't know. The headline reads terrible. But basically, what it means is like if you were to think of Skyrim, it's like if you wanted to start like a playthrough in Skyrim or a playthrough in GTA or whatever. Like you basically just can't switch character. GTA is probably a better way of comparing it.
Yeah.
That if you want to actually, just say you start and you're a certain class and you specialize in certain things, if you want to have a secondary character, you actually have to pay. I think it's like the bones. I think it costs like over 1,000 survivor points or something. Survive points is their currency. So think of that as like coins in Pez. And then I think for 1,000 coins, it's like, I think it's like €8 or £8 or something like that. So basically it costs you about a tenner roughly to get a secondary character if you don't want to actually delete your character.
Which,
so I don't know.
It is saying here that there's 1,000 survival coin points are an in-game currency which can only be purchased with real money. So it's like
yeah, it's like coins in Pez. You can't actually you can't earn them. It's not like GP.
If there's any point where people wanted to try and get into microtransactions to cram one into a predominantly Metal Gear game, which most of the time is offline, then as soon as they bring it online, they're going to put a microtransaction anywhere there. I wouldn't let anyone's opinions change your mind. Like you said, a lot of hatred from Konami could affect it. I think if you look at Steam, that's where I should kind of read my reviews for games, because you always get like a nice little blend. Apart from when you see someone that's played a game for 800 hours and then put a bad review on it, it's like, how much you've spent 800 hours of your time. That's a fucking lot of your time that you spent 800 hours playing, and you put in a negative review. It's like, do not play this game. You go back 2 days later and they've put another 24 hours into the game time.
Yeah,
it's but they always tend to label the pros and cons. Now the cons that they've listed is things like running out of oxygen too fast, so you can't go that far. I mean, I'm fairly certain you can build up your oxygen levels.
Yeah.
But to be able to go out and get recipes and stuff like that, bring them back, build your base up a little bit more, go back out. They're saying it's like a complete grind fest, so you'd have to go out for like 10 minutes, bring your stuff back, but you'd have to do that 40 times to be able to go out for an extra 5 minutes. So I think it's one of them games, if you've got a lot of time on your hands, you're probably going to do alright with it. If it's a game that you just want to have a few, like an hour here and there, I don't think you're probably going to get that far in it. But
yeah,
again, I haven't got a hat to throw into this ring. When it comes
I have a question for you,
that.
just on that point. Is there any game, if I'm allowed, on your show? Is there any game that was I suppose comparable to Metal Gear Survive or whatever, where it's like not getting the best reviews, like there's a lot of hatred for it or whatever, that you've actually really enjoyed? Or is there any game that was underrated or I suppose getting slaughtered? Or do you usually kind of...
No, I mean, I'm very into my own genres of games.
Yeah.
So I don't play a massive amount of games that are outside of what I'd usually play.
What about Resi 6 now? That got slaughtered,
shit.
say, by... Resi 6 was
fucking hated it.
Yeah, you hated that as well.
Oh, it was so bad.
Yeah.
It was so far away from... It could have been any other game. It could have been... I don't know.
It wasn't Resi,
No, it wasn't Resi. That's my point with that. With Resi 6, the only thing that was Resi about it was the fact that it had people like Leon and Chris in there.
Yeah, the characters. And
the fact that the name was on the front of the box. That game was fucking atrocious. It was an action game that had Resident Evil slapped on it. That's why I hated that game. But off the top of my head, I can't think of a game which I really, really liked that nobody else did. I mean, there was Terminator Salvation was, I thought, a good game. It was like an exact clone of Gears of War. It was just all hiding behind stuff, popping out, shooting. It was like a duck and cover game. I thought that was alright. Obviously, people hated that. Said that was shit. There's not one that off the top of my head that comes out as a game that...
Yeah, I can't really think of one at the moment either.
That's universally hated that I actually liked. I don't know. I can't think of one. Yeah.
Probably, if you probably saw a couple, you'd say, oh yeah. But off the top of my head, I can't really think either.
Was Resi 6 the one in Africa, or was that 5? That was 5. That was
5.
With the
Resi 5 was okay. It wasn't.
Do you know what saved Resi 5 co-op? Because that girl Shaver, the AI on that was fucking. Oh,
she was atrocious.
Yeah. I finished that on the hardest difficulty, but I had to play with my friend. We both had to play it together because there was no way. Yeah. I would struggle to find many people that have been able to complete that game with her as the AI, because she just died constantly. She just would stand there and get shot.
Remember, she'd always be fucking Chris, and then she'd be standing beside you, be bleeding out, and she'd be fucking just looking at you like. I remember that actually. Right. But was she not patched actually after a while? Because I know the AI was atrocious.
I have no idea. I ended up finishing it.
You couldn't beat fucking. Remember your one? What was her name? Oh, the blondie one.
Jill.
Yeah. No. Was it Jill? Yeah.
Yeah.
With the thing in her chest.
Yeah, she had the thing in her chest. It was Jill.
Yeah. Remember, you couldn't actually pass her with the AI. Yeah. Isn't that the game I'm thinking of?
Yeah, because you have to fight her, and then like a couple of hours later you have to fight Wesker.
Yeah. And
then when you eventually you don't kill him, obviously, because Wesker the fucker never dies. But you're able to rip that thing off her chest. But you have to fight them both at the same time. Fucking nightmare. But yeah, that was a really good game. That isn't universally hated. That's just, this game could have been a lot better. Resident Evil 4 for me is, I'm not going to get into a Resi debate for that. I'm not going through this again. So I'll be here all day.
Resi 4 is the best though, by a long shot.
Overhyped.
Yeah, see, you think that's overhyped. I think I just thought it was actually so good. I think I passed it about 10 times.
Yeah,
easily.
Well overhyped for me.
It was fucking.
Go back and play it now. It's fucking shit.
I would. I actually would. I actually will go back and play it.
It doesn't hold up at all. The turning on it, shite. You look down the sight, you still have to. You can't look left or right properly without looking down your sight, and even then it takes 4 days to turn around to do a 180. It's just shit.
I just think the actual the balancing between getting the weapons and always being just a little bit underpowered, that it was still a challenge to kind of.
I thought they give away out too much, you know. I thought everywhere you go, you see a herb, you see a pack of bullets. Compare that to the first three, and it's like the first three is the pinnacle of a survival horror game. Barring obviously you've got Silent Hill and stuff like that, and obviously Cold Files as well. I don't know if anyone's heard of that one. That's a fucking great game. That's something that I want to try and pick up from a PS2. But it looks like Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil put together.
Okay.
Excellent game.
Well, that's what Metal Gear Survive kind of went for, because there's zombies and stuff in it. So they're probably gone for, it's probably more like Resi 5 than anything out since, where you've kind of got the co-op and then you've got the base building. Yeah, so I'm going to give it a go and see. It is I have it on the Xbox One though, so I'm going to have to get used to that.
Well, I'll tell you what, if anyone wants to give me a free copy of that one to review, then I will more than happily do it, but I'm not spending money on buying Metal Gear Survive. Now, after I've had the topic of debate with my friends who's my mate Willis is like a massive Metal Gear fan. Like he will swear blind that every Metal Gear Solid was the best game that's ever been made, and he's massively into base building. Like he was playing Fortnite before Battle Royale came out just because it had base building in it, and he swears blind that this game's going to be good. He said he was buying it this weekend. I don't know whether or not he has. I might have to speak to him about it, but he'll come back and say it's one of the best games he's ever played.
That's like my older brother. He's literally played, I'd say, about 3 games in his entire life, apart from the whole Metal Gear Solid series.
Yeah.
He's not a gamer. He's actually not a gamer at all. But he just loves Metal Gear. The only one he hasn't played is probably the new one, as in 5. Everything else he's played.
Yeah.
But it's amazing.
I don't mind Metal Gear Solid games. Metal Gear Solid 2 was my favourite by far. That game was unbelievable. Being able to look down your sight for the first time and just to be able to shoot the guards in the head to knock them out to drag them. I thought that was fucking revolutionary for the time.
Yeah. 3 was the best though, I think. Not getting into it now, but I think 3, Snake Eater, was the best.
Yeah.
That was my favourite. It was just so there was just so much you could do in it, in terms of how you'd actually get through the levels and shit like that,
Was it 1 where you had to change, where it told you to change your memory card slot and shit?
Yeah, Psychomantis.
Psychomantis. Yes. Psychomantis.
And I remember actually, it's amazing, I think, when you go back and talk about the old games or whatever. I think a lot of them was because there was no internet. It was all word of mouth when you'd be at school. You'd be like, oh, you can do this, you can do that. And then in GTA, I remember when GTA came out, remember the Dodo plane?
Yeah.
And like I remember, like it was like a fucking sex scandal going around in my school that you could actually fly it to another island. It was like no, you just have to time it right, and like you can actually fly it, and you couldn't, like, but it was like just gripped the entire fucking year, like that. It was like you could actually do it. As like the same in Pokemon Blue and Red, that you could capture Mew. Like
underneath a car on the edge of the
truck.
Yes. Yeah.
And I remember like those two gripped the school for about a month, and it was like he did it, and then some like lad was like, "Yeah, I did it. I flew it like, and I did it." It's just
brings
bullshit.
his Game Boy in the next day, and it's like you're talking absolute bollocks, mate.
Or Masingo.
Yeah, it's that for me. That was the best times, because obviously now everyone can see it's so transparent if you're absolutely bullshitting or not.
Yeah, because you can just Google it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like hoax alert or whatever it is, or just literally put it into one of our group chats, and it's like, no, that's bullshit, or that's true, or it's kind of, you kind of miss that from gaming.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Picture or fake, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously this is just like a little small section called For Your Information, just in case anybody didn't know, but. FIFA, we're going so left field with this one, but FIFA 18 Ultimate Team ratings have had a refresh. Salah, Kane and De Bruyne have all had massive stats boosts.
Nice one.
So I had a look at a few of these before, and they are... I haven't played enough of FIFA 18 Ultimate Team to gander if these are actually worthwhile or not, but having someone like De Gea going up by a point, because to be fair, he's deserved it. De Bruyne, he's gone up by 2 points. Kante's gone up by a point. All of these players, I don't know whether or not, if you've obviously got these in your team, they don't automatically go up. I suppose I best read it to try and find out, EA has revealed in the first set of spring updates of FIFA 18 Ultimate Team, exactly as GR Games Radar has predicted, their ratings increases for Harry Kane, Mohamed Salah and Kevin De Bruyne. The big winners, however, are the unlikely pair of Burnley's Nick Pope and West Bromwich Albion's Hagazi. 60 Premier League players in total have been granted attribute boosters, including super meta Chelsea player N'Golo Kante, Kyle Walker of Man City. Yet Pope and Agazi are the only two to have their overall ratings increased by 7 points.
Jesus Christ!
From 68 to 75. That's because they've had, to be fair, they have had a really good season.
Yeah.
All upgrades to Kane, Salah and De Bruyne are less pronounced, but will still make a big difference for elite players. Kane jumps 2 places from 86 to 88. Ooh. Likewise, Salah up 2 from 83 to 85.
That's low for Salah.
Well, I've read before that Salah's hit Luis Suarez's record already, and there's still games to play. Like his best goal scoring season, Luis Suarez, who was obviously pronounced as one of the best strikers in the world at the time when he was at Liverpool, he still is. But because he obviously hit something like 33 goals, I think, in a season, I think Salah's already hit that already, which is incredible, really, to say.
Yeah,
he's
been some player from.
All Premier League players are already in packs. Unlike last year, no player will be downgraded as part of the ratings refresh, which is expected to continue for the next fortnight. We'll have an ongoing coverage over at Games Radar, blah blah blah. And then
okay, so are those? If I have Salah in my club, does he get the boost, or is it like Pez?
It doesn't mention it. It doesn't mention it, which is something that I'd obviously be absolutely furious about if I just bought these players from the transfer market, because the going rate for these players through the roof. So having a Kane, buying him at 86 last night perhaps, and then waking up this morning is now 88, I'd be absolutely furious. However, if you've taken that player and he has been upgraded as part of, because he's already in your squad, you'd be over the moon.
Yeah, how buzzing would you be?
But Pez obviously didn't have that, did they? Whatever player
Pez,
had.
No, Pez have it that if you have, say, somebody there, it's like there's a new version of him or a more updated version of him.
Yeah.
But you can't have the old. You can't ever get the old version back if you get rid of.
Yeah. But basically, he's just saying that you have to pack them. So
yeah. That puts that rumor to bed.
in about 2 seconds. So that's one of them thinkers where we come back to it next week and go, in fact, this is actually what happened, which is quite nice. Jeez,
they don't let you away with anything on this fucking show.
No.
Huh?
It's fairly quick.
Yeah. No messing around.
I prefer that. It saves me having to stick around on my phone while people at me on Twitter, calling me fucking shite. I do that anyway. Exactly. So looking down the bottom of this list, let's look at some of the lower rated players. Like Richarlison, he's had quite a decent time at Watford so far, 73 to 76. Iwobi 74 to 76. I don't know if that's I don't know if it's actually worth that, because I don't think he's played enough to warrant that. I don't know if it's because he was severely underrated in the first place. Harry Maguire obviously been linked with City, United, Chelsea, and everyone in the last few weeks. Has had 4, increase from 75 to 79. Ashley Young, despite his ongoing age and playing left back, he's actually gone from 75 to 77.
Wow.
Aaron Moy has had a pretty sensational season at Huddersfield Town. Has gone from 77 to 78. Pickford, who's had a fairly decent season so far at Everton, from 77 to 79. Any more? John Stones, he's only gone up by 1. Fernandinho had an incredible season for us so far. Has probably been one of our best players behind De Bruyne, gone from 82 to 85. Rashford 79 to 81. Sane 82 to 84. Matic, who I haven't heard, I don't watch United that often, but a lot of United fans aren't particularly happy with his performances so far.
Yeah, he's been bad enough.
Yeah, 83 to 84, so he's still gone up by 1. Pogba's gone up by 1 from 87 to 88. So yeah, it's for a lot of these players. I can't. This is all 60, I think. A lot of them are probably well deserved, if I'm being honest. I don't know if it's because he was undervalued in the first place. In fact, Jesse Lingard from 78 to 80, he's had a phenomenal season as it stands.
Yeah,
so he definitely deserves that. Phil Jones, I don't know where they've managed to give a +2 for him from 79 to 81. I know he's been fucking awful. But yeah,
that he has.
The stats that FIFA come up with are, for the best part, quite accurate. Obviously not as accurate as I deem Football Manager to be the holy grail of football stats. I think
Pez is quite good this year, actually.
What do you think?
I think the overall rating, like, it doesn't matter as much. I think the stats of some of the players are quite, I think that they're quite accurate. Like Messi and Ronaldo and Neymar, like you have that little discrepancy between them, but like, there's no one as good as the top 10 players in the game. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's fairly good, to be honest.
Now, I'm going to leave this open to you, because obviously the main topic was going to be the second half of what we spoke about last week. However, we've just done a Pezcast on that.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave the door open to you as what you think the main topic should be this week.
Let me see. It depends. I mean, what do people want to actually... Is there anything that anybody wants to discuss, like, in the chat, or would like us to hear us before we probably steer it our own way? Or, I don't know, would you be good with that? If they have any questions...
Yeah, if anyone wants to hear our opinion on stuff, then you're more than welcome to put it in here. But obviously, the way I advertised this was going to be the second half of our Pez talk from last
but we
week,
can talk, in fairness, with the Pezcast, like, that we did, we kind of touched on maybe 6 topics of different things. We didn't really continue on from here. So
exactly, that's what I mean. So there's no point in talking about it.
No, there isn't. But at the same time, if there's something that people want to ask us about Pez or whatever, like, it's up to you whether you want to. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have an issue with that. Like, it depends what people want, I suppose, to listen to. You know what I mean? There's no point us talking about something that I have an interest in. If, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, we could talk about something. I don't know. Like, I can never stop talking about Pez because it just fucking, like, it consumes me. But then at the same time, we have covered a lot of it. That if people just want to actually go in and listen to the podcast, like, that we have done, like, tomorrow or Monday, it's going to be kind of worthwhile or worthless for them to listen to us now talking about stuff, unless there's a topic that people actually want our input on.
Yeah,
that would be my opinion.
Yeah, that's why I've kind of opening it up to the floor type of thing, because whatever we're going to say in here is probably most likely going to run into what we've already talked about in the Pezcast. So obviously the floor is open for everyone if they want to just type in. It doesn't have to be anything exciting if it's something that you're interested in. Yeah,
well, I'll throw that open to people, but if not, I'd like to talk some classic gaming. That would be my kind of second. Pez would be my top, and then classic gaming, like, especially with the pull I had last week with Burnout Paradise, man. That was just fucking epic.
Yeah.
And you got the fucking praise for it for some reason.
I honestly don't know how that came about. I don't know if it's because it was announced on this fucking show. But people were messaging me saying, "Oh my god, it's come true! Look what you've uncovered." But no, it wasn't something that I come out with. It was obviously Burnout Paradise is being remastered, and it's something that you mentioned last week as a game that you'd like to see be remastered in the future, and voila, it's happening.
2 days later, it was like boom.
Week? I said gun, didn't I? I said gun.
Yeah, you said gun, yeah, and I was talking about Burnout, and you got the praise. But like, look, I won't say nothing. I'm quiet, you know. I'll just let you revel in my predictions. But the people know the truth.
So I don't know if I mentioned this last week. I'm fairly certain I did because I haven't had it that long. But my PS2 to HDMI upscaler arrived earlier on the week, and if anybody's watching any of the PES Universe streams that I've been hosting, I have actually managed to hook it up to my Elgato to be able to stream these games. So I've managed to pick up quite a variety of them. I already had PES 2, PES 6, and PES 2009. PES 6 doesn't work; it's scratched the fuck, and PES 2009 just doesn't want to read. I don't know if it's my PlayStation or if the game's just shagged. But I've been playing a lot of PES 2. That. I've been over the moon with how that's playing. Finished the first season before live on the PES Universe channel. I didn't get promoted, but I've managed to. But I've signed Guardiola for my team in Division 3, so hopefully he'll be able to take me to that next level in Season 2. But I've managed to pick up Tony Hawk's Underground 2, Soul Reaver 2, PES 1, WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth.
That's good now. That is.
Really wanted a wrestling game, and I picked up 2 UEFA Challenge and Pro Evo Football Manager because I never got around to playing it. As I was saying on stream before, it's like the PS2 was at a time where I think it came out in 2000. I was only 10 at the time.
Yeah.
So I couldn't keep on going to my mum saying, "Listen, can you buy me this game? It's 40 quid." As a 10-year-old, she's telling me to piss off, wait for your birthday. Yeah. Or something like that. But
2 or 3 games a year, and that's it. Like
exactly. So like
not like now.
Like me and my sister, she's in her own right, she's quite a big gamer. She'll only play certain type of games, but she'll play quite a few. I would always get Pro Evo when it came out. That was like, if I wanted to play FIFA, I'd probably have to go to my mates or ask for it for my birthday or Christmas. But there's quite a few other games in between because my granddad is 71 now. But he plays games. He still has his Xbox 360, and he'll still play Call of Duty and stuff like that.
Fucking hell.
He can't play the new ones obviously because they're all like Xbox One, and he's not going to fork out something like 300 quid for a new one. But he'll play all these games. So if he liked the look of a game like Wolfenstein, first-person shooters, that was his genre. So he'll play like Return to Castle Wolfenstein and stuff like that. Call of Duty, Medal of Honor, whatever it was. So I'd be able to play them if he bought them, which he would. He'd probably send my nan down to the shops to go and buy them for him. So I've got quite a few games like Time Splitters under the bed. I would really want to fucking get back into that as well because that was an amazing game. It probably won't hold up well.
Yeah.
But people say that GoldenEye holds up well, and it was made by the same people with exactly the same engine, so I can't see why it won't.
GoldenEye was amazing though. I think GoldenEye was even better than Time Splitters. I just think just for the actual, it was just like the amount of hours I played that. It was just ridiculous.
So obviously I've got those games. The beauty of it now is obviously because I am a lot older and people don't have to buy me games. I can go out and I can buy whatever I want. Now, the PS2 games are filthy cheap. If you was to go into a shop and buy them off the shelf, you're probably looking at between like 50p and maybe 2 quid max. Whereas if you're buying them off like Amazon and eBay, the minimum that you can buy them for is £2 because that's what the shipping is. And then whatever they want to charge for the game. So it could be like 4 quid a game.
It's not bad. They'll deliver to the door, is it?
Yeah, but for that 2 quid, you can go down to your local game shop and buy another 3 or 4 games, depending on how much they're selling them for. So that's
how much did you get a PS2 for? Like, how much did you actually get a PS2 for?
Someone in the stream, Def something, I can't remember. I was really horrendous that I can't think of it. But he came in and he seen me playing PES 2, and he was like, "Oh my god, how are you playing this?" So I told him. He's like, "Right." So he obviously went on Amazon on his PC or his phone, and he's like, "Right, I've just found a PS2. Guess how much it is?" And I'm like, "What?" And he was like, £200 for a brand new PS2.
Brand new though.
Deafening Gate, Dave Fish with he's the fucking guy, he knows. Deafening Gate.
Deafening 8, yeah, that's him. Yeah.
He came in and he was like, "Oh, I can't believe you're playing PES 2. This is like one of the best games that I ever played. I spent so much time playing it, blah blah." And he was like, "Right, I'm gonna go and find a PS2." Went onto Amazon. It was a brand new. It was unboxed, so £200 I think for a gaming machine. Like I see the PS2 as like an RPG machine. The amount of good RPG games that came out on that console.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Sure.
Yeah. So being able to go out and rebuy these games as an adult that don't cost anything is something that I'm really looking forward to, going into these game shops and picking up. Like Ali's playing PES 6 as we speak.
Yeah.
So I hope. Obviously, I'm not single-handedly saying I'm the person that's brought PS2 games back out there, but obviously, since I've been putting tweets out about it, more and more people have been asking me about these HDMI upscalers now to get older one, how they work, just so they could be able to play it on an HD TV again. Because if you try and plug in a PS2 into an LCD, LED 4K TV, it looks horrendous, because obviously the upscaling from these AV component cables into HD TVs just looks shit. Like, it's proper pixelated, it's super blurry. You can't really make out what it is, but this HDMI upscaler, it turns it from like 180 into at least 720.
Yeah, but it makes it just like more, I suppose, more easy to see what's on the screen, like.
Yeah, of course it
for
is.
the new tellies that we have now, like.
Yeah, because obviously back then the CRT TVs, if you had a 32-inch CRT TV, you was fucking one of the rich people on the street. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
did you ever have a Dreamcast? Actually, Sega Dreamcast. Oh man, no, that is definitely something that you should. Now.
You go onto Amazon and try and pick one up.
I have one actually on the up in the attic. But I'm gonna go on and see. It's I'm gonna go on and see how much they actually will be to buy.
They are expensive, because I'd love to be able to go back, and I never had a Dreamcast. I cannot remember if I had a Sega Saturn. I'm fairly certain I'd remember if I did. Fish is saying, I've been trying to get PES 6 on PC working for ages, but no luck. PS2 may be the way to go. I mean, you can go to Game now and probably pick up 4 copies of PES 6. 3 might not work. 1 might work, but you'd probably only spend £2, so it's probably worth the punt.
£55.
Yeah. For
a used Sega Dreamcast in good working order.
However,
I have one, but the only problem is with it is I'd have to, like, it's a fairly easy fix, but it's just finding somebody to actually do it or looking up to do it yourself. The the flip up lid for the disc, you have to put pressure on it. Like, you have to keep the disc down with something on the top of it.
It's just a catch, isn't it?
Yeah, so if somebody comes in, or like if I pull the controller, if I move the Dreamcast, like it'll just turn off because the disc will like move a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Dreamcast, man, that was my favorite. Like, beyond a doubt, that was my favorite ever console, I'd say. Apart from the 360.
I never had a GameCube either, which is an absolute travesty because the amount of games that came out on that, which I never got, like Metroid Prime, never got round to playing that. But people say that there's a remake of that coming out at some point for the Switch, so I'm super stoked for that.
Yeah.
Mario Sunshine, I think it was.
Oh man, yeah, that was unreal. That's still Odyssey is brilliant on the Switch. I played a lot of that, and I spoke about it the last time I was on with you when I was on holidays. But it doesn't have that magic of Sunshine had. It's brilliant, like, don't get me wrong. Like, the way that they kind of balance and like mold in the kind of 2D sections to the 3D sections.
Yeah.
And basically you use your hat, like the Cappy is his name. You basically use that to take kind of control instead of like getting the powers, like the flower power and stuff.
Yeah.
You basically like hit like a flower with your cap, and then you transform into the flower.
I've seen the streams of it. Yeah.
So you're running around, like it's brilliant. Like, it's really, really, really intelligently done. But I just didn't think it had the magic of Galaxy 1 or Super Mario Sunshine. Like, I think Sunshine is still one of the most underrated games ever. Even though people loved it, I was like, it was just so good. The variety in the levels and the actual mechanics of having flood was oh man,
the other games,
so good.
These older consoles, the games now are just going through, like Ali's just saying there, the N64. These games now, these consoles, to be able to play them on modern day TVs is either an absolute ball ache or they just look shit. So like, there's I would never buy a GameCube now for the simple fact that you can buy a Wii for £20.
Yeah.
But you can buy again these HDMI adapters from Wii to HDMI for £6. So then you've got a GameCube and you've got a Wii. Now, the Wii was a shit console, but it was also vastly underrated because all the games that was coming out on the Wii U, are now either being ported over to the Switch or they're making sequels to it. Now there's hundreds of games that you could be playing on the Wii, from videos that I've watched where I thought, oh, it looks shit that, and then people have been playing it and they're like, oh, it actually looks all right. Or you can just put your GameCube controllers into it and play your GameCube games. That was it. I played Resident Evil 07. I got fucking Resident Evil again. I can't get away from it because I never had a GameCube. I never got round to playing Resident Evil 0, which was an absolute crime. So the only time that I managed to play it was when I got a Wii. And then I was able to plug my GameCube controller into it, which I went out and bought, and the memory card. But you go and try and find these common, what you think is common big games for these old consoles, and people are charging through their ass for them. So you'd never be able to play them unless you ROM them.
But that's it, you see. Like that's like we would have missed out on a lot of games, and like I was going to say something that was going to make me sound really old, but I was going to say the kids nowadays. But that's showing my age. But like, no, seriously, like it would have been like we would have when we were younger. Like I have an older brother and a younger brother, and the three of us just usually used to get a game for our birthday and a game each for Christmas, and that was it. Like that was it for the year.
Done for the year, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like that's being honest. Like, and literally, like we missed out on not missed out, but like we would have had. Say there's three of us in it, so we would have got maybe 10 games between us for the year if we were lucky. Because my uncle used to always get us a game as well between us for Christmas. But that was it. Do you know what I mean? So like you had to be like we'd be doing research and buying the official magazines to see what would be worth it, and then you'd be like going into the schoolyard and you'd be trading games with people, and like it was just a completely different like kind of growing up with games. Like they were a completely different type of, like it was just a different culture back then. But like the amount of games that I missed out on, like I never played Resi 3 because I think Resi 3 came out at a time when it came out on the PS1. Yeah. But I don't know, had I a Nintendo 64 or what it was, but I don't think we had a PS1 when Resi 3 was on it. But I had played Resi 2. I remember going into Resi 2 and like my older cousin, he would have been a lot older than us, like we had to give him like £5 for him to buy it because they wouldn't sell us Resi 2 to me or my older brother because it was an 18s. Like, do you know what I mean? These sort of crazy stories. So I don't know, like we missed out on so many.
Well, that's it. That's why I'm so happy. Like if I'd have got, I wouldn't have had to go through any of this if I got one of them fat PS3s, because I think the original ones you could play PS2 and PS1 games on it. Yeah. But the fact that I've still got my PS2, like people can't believe that I've still got this under the bed. Do you know what I mean? I've just had it for so long. I've not played it for so long, so I've managed to keep it. That now I can go out and I can try and find some of these games that I never got to play. For pocket change, pocket money.
Yeah,
so you've got a quid at the bottom of your pocket. Do you know what I mean? You can just go in and buy a game that you never got around to playing the first time. Yeah, which is why I'm even super stoked the fact that I can stream these games, because I could just sit down for 2 hours with a game that I've not played before and go, right, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Come and join me. If you know what I need to do, help me out. Or if you haven't played this game, come over and we'll go through it together, type of thing. Because people haven't got these consoles just lying around anymore. Yeah. So if they haven't experienced it, we can go through it together, that type of thing. But I mean, there's I don't think me and you are the only people in here that have had this problem where not being able to afford these older games that are now either dished out as being classics or must plays. Yeah. So I think I'm in quite a good position at the moment to be able to just go out and get some of these games. Now, obviously, I'm always up for people just sending me links to games that I need to play that I've never even heard of before. Yeah. But I've already got a list of games that I want to actively go out and find that I just refuse to pay the prices that they are online. Because I know full well that the people that are scalping, I've got them online because they know how much they're worth. But you can pretty much guarantee that if you go into a game shop, they've got it for half the price. Yeah. Like cash generators, fucking hell, they don't monitor anything that goes through there. If it works, they'll sell it to you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, there's loads of games in there that you could go out and buy. Like, I want LMA Manager, but people are charging like 25 quid for it. I'm not paying 25 quid for that. Are you mad?
Yeah, but you see, like, it's just we're at that age. Like, people that are listening to this are at our, maybe a year or two younger or a couple of years older, but like we're all around the same age where we probably, like, it wasn't a thing that even if you had money, like there was a different culture about games than there is nowadays. Like there was no YouTube when we were younger. There was no like Minecraft. There was no, like, it wasn't as, like, if you go anywhere now, you'll see a kid, whether it's at mass or whether it's waiting in the dentist or whatever, like you'll see a kid or an airplane or an airport, wherever, you'll see a kid playing a game. Do you know what I mean? On a phone. So it's just a completely different completely different culture than when we were
though, like in the late 90s, and you could arguably even say the early 90s, like console gaming, it was good, but they had things like the Game Boy. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like everybody had Pokemon. I don't care what anybody says, they've at least played that game once, whichever format they played it in. Yeah. I probably played more handheld gaming on my Game Boy with all the different variant Pokemons in the 90s than I did anything else. Like regardless of what it was. Hours. So like Dave's saying, LMA 2007, £3.50 in CEX in Salford. Get one left, get your coat. Yeah, I bet if I go to Cash Generator tomorrow, I could pick that up for less than that.
You'll get them, like, but the best thing to do is to buy them actually, like, go on to, like, I don't know what you'd have in England or whatever, but we have a place, actually, you should check it out. It's called adverts.ie, and it's like an Irish site, but like sometimes you get some right good fucking bundles going up off people, do you know?
So like Gumtree.
Yeah, it's kind of like Gumtree, yeah.
Right.
But like you'd actually get some like really shit hot deals. Like I was actually texting a fella, like, I don't know, it could have been a couple of months ago, and he was selling a GameCube. Now I have a GameCube, but it was for my cousin that wanted one, and I was texting him asking him how much it was. I was looking out for him, but he had like 25 games, 2 controllers, like it was the works, like, and it was the classic purple one, like the original purple colored one.
Yeah.
I think he was asking for like about 150 quid, which was a bargain, like. Yeah. And I was like saying it to my cousin, like, look, like you need to actually buy it or whatever. But he sold it within, I'd say, about 3 hours. He put it up. But I was messaging him about it, like, you know, and I could have probably got it if I'd offered him anything. But like it's just funny, like the classic game, and like I got this SNES thing, the classic SNES, and like I know that you can fucking open it up and you can add hundreds of emulators and stuff to it, hundreds of games. But sometimes it's just nice to go back and just play the games like as they were. Yeah. As they were, you know what I mean? Like the way that they were developed. Like it's just nice, rather than putting, you know, a PS2 emulator on your PC. Just go out and buy a PS2. Do you know what I mean? I know it's more hassle.
Yeah. Well, my PC is more than good enough to run emulators, but most of the time I can't get the emulator to look as good as it did on the PlayStation 2. Like either not look good. I tried downloading Tony Hawk's on it the other day and it just ran like shit. Yeah. But knowing full well that I can play high-end games. I don't know whether it's just because it's not optimised well, I don't know. Yeah. But it just fucking shite. Alistair's saying that €50 for a GameCube boxed on, I'm guessing that's CEX.
That's not bad.
That isn't bad, actually.
No, that's good.
I don't know why I started it.
I'm looking up a Dreamcast here on eBay while we're speaking.
How much are them?
I'm just having a look. They're 50 on Amazon, 50 on Amazon used.
I mean, if you got a £50 voucher for eBay, would that be something that you didn't be interested in getting? Or do you reckon you wouldn't play it?
Well, I think I'd probably, I'm definitely going to try and fix my favourite game of all time is Shenmue. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Shenmue, yeah, of course I have.
Oh man, have you played it?
I haven't played it, no.
No, I tell you, I would literally nearly buy you a Dreamcast and Shenmue just to play it. Like I think it's my favourite game ever. Like it's just, I just played it at the right age, like the right maturity. It was so fucking unique, like that. It was just special. Like it was more than a game, kind of. I know that sounds a bit fucking faggy, but like it was just like the experience of going through and like the characters and everything. But like I played that every second Christmas. I played through the first one and the second one. Yeah. But the second one was never it was never dubbed in English for the Dreamcast. So I had to play the second one. So your journey continues on after the first one. So any decisions or any collectibles or any games or anything you've done the first game was meant to carry over to the second game. Yeah. obviously on the Dreamcast, but they brought out the second game, Shenmue 2, on the Dreamcast, but it was in Japanese.
Right.
So that was grand, but it was just extremely hard to get it. It was really rare to get it, especially in Ireland. Like, so I did get it on the Dreamcast. I don't know how much I paid for it. I don't know how I got it. I think my uncle got it for me over in America or something. But we got that, but we got it it came out then on the Xbox again, like as a remaster.
Yeah.
Just Shenmue 2, but Shenmue 1 didn't. But like, that was genuinely, Shenmue 3 was like announced on Kickstarter last year, and like I fucking backed it like about 120 quid just to get an early copy. Like, it's just, and it's like, it could be shit. Like, everything I'm reading about it is kind of worrying me, but like, it's like, I don't care. I'm going to fucking, them two games were so good that you could, like, they could literally send me a shit in an envelope and I would actually be happy, because the first two games were already worth anything to me, like, that kind of way. So yeah, I definitely think there's a space for classic gaming, but
100%.
when you go back, it's like anything. Like, when I was on holidays, I don't know why, and I can't explain it, but like, I just had an unreal craving to go back and play the Arkham games, the Batman games.
Yeah.
Because I haven't
Unreal
played
series.
I played the first one. I played the first one when it came out, and I passed it through, and I played it again. But I haven't played the remastered one. But I haven't played it in a few years. But Arkham City, I remember, like, I played the death out of that, collecting everything and all that. But like, I'd love to just go back and just play the main story without collecting just to experience it again. Do you know, that kind of way?
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is, if it's just pure nostalgia making us play these games again.
Yeah.
But like, there is some games I think that just like, it's just a pity that they were brought out when they were brought out on the consoles they were brought out on, because,
well, it was a pity for us, but obviously people bought them because there were still games that the people wanted to play. It's just unfortunate at the time. Like, there'll be games now that we can go out and afford that the kids won't be able to play. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, but could you imagine like, say like Resident Evil had never, just say it was just developed as a new IP in the last 3 years, where it came from, or 4 years, where it came from PS3 to PS4. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, could you imagine how good they'd be with updated graphics and?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
they remastered the first one. Fucking Resident Evil again. They've remastered the first one from looking like blocks and shit voice acting. They completely remade. They've remade it twice now, as far as I'm aware, because they made one for
the GameCube.
That was the first one that they remade it on, and then they've remade it again for the PS4. And if you put all three side by side, fucking hell, the PlayStation 4 one looks amazing. But I always, when I think of Resident Evil 1, I always think of the first one that was on the PlayStation. But that's because it's just stuck in my head, because that's the most time that I played it. I even bought it again to play on my the original PSP, so I could play it wherever I went. Then when I got my Vita, you could still be able to download it on that, so I had it on my Vita. I could carry it. That was all for all three of them. I rebought them again. So
it's amazing though that you do that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you have them and you can, it's just.
I've got them under my bed, physical condition, and I still managed to buy them virtually. So I've probably got like 4 or 5 copies that I've bought of each of them.
And it's like Resident Evil 4. I had Resident Evil 4 on the PS2, the GameCube, the Xbox 360, and the PS4.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I just bought them because it was such, like, I don't know, it's kind of like a weird thing where you like want to have it.
Well,
I bought Resident Evil 7.
I mean, if they was to re-release Resident Evil 1 again and a HD remaster plus, and they said you can get, I don't know, a knifes in a room, or they might have moved the rooms around, chances are I'm probably still going to buy it again.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
And I am a mug, like a Capcom mug, when it comes to that game.
Yeah, but there's always game series that like you just are fucking stupid for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because like there's probably games out there, like I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't played let me see. I don't know. I haven't played fucking Oblivion that much. Like I have it on the Switch. I played it a good bit on my Switch actually, but there's games like that you probably should be playing, but then I'm like, no, I want to go back and play Arkham. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I've already fucking played it, like, to death.
Yeah.
But I just still want to go back and play it. It's funny, like, you know? It's funny.
I think that's probably all that we need to round up then.
Yeah, man.
Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you again for the episode 2, mate.
Has it really?
Yeah, so we've had some decent conversation again.
Yeah, the classic gaming is always a hit.
Yeah, well, we've been speaking now for 4 or 5 hours. So
yeah.
I think I need to get. I think I'm coming down with something, so I definitely need to go and get another drink.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, as I said, mate, it's been an absolute pleasure. And also to every single one of you that have joined us in this chat, either feeding back or giving us points to talk about. Again, it's been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget, next week we will be joined by the PES Universe Pros, and they'll be talking us through exactly what happened over there. And also Monday, we are, if not before, Monday will be the PES cast.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you want to leave on with?
No, that's just pretty much it, I suppose. Like for anyone, I suppose, wondering about the PES side of things today, yeah, we definitely covered that probably in the PES cast. So it was a good call just to cover the classic stuff today.
Yeah.
But we definitely covered, like, you know what I mean. We covered probably the future of PES, the current state of PES, Master League versus My Club.
Yeah.
The different communities, the different people looking for different things.
Mm-hmm.
We covered a ton of stuff. So yeah, just to check that out, I suppose. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And you'll be on with the boys, I'm sure, next week. It'll be talking to Weza anyway. He said that they've got some like just mad experiences, like, so.
Yeah. It's
class,
going to be good.
so.
I'm really looking forward to it. But until then, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I hope to see you all again very soon.
Yeah. All right, lads. Good luck.